Welcome back to game number 2, inning number 3 of Clearing the Bases, where everyone tries to figure out what my brain is thinking, but it's just as impossible as trying to figure out what the actual hell the Boston Red Sox are doing. I'm your host, Nick. We have the typical crew back together. We got Rob from NYMLB Talk. How are we doing tonight, Rob?
Hey, guys.
We got Chris, also from NYMLB Talk. How are we doing tonight, Chris?
Good, Nick. What's going on, guys?
Not a whole lot. Jason from Romantic About Baseball. How are we doing?
Doing all right. So I've been watching my Braves collapse before my very eyes. Other than that, we're good.
Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. We got Lorenzo from Big League Takes / Romantic About Baseball newspaper. How are we doing today, Lorenzo?
Man, I'm doing great. Knicks won in 5 last week, and my Yankees are beating the Cinderella story, so it's even better.
Yep, my Canes won, which means MLB is looking at Raleigh, like looking at this fan base. So let's go. MLB in Raleigh is on deck. But all right, we will get into it. And here are the rules and regulations. I will give a topic. The contestants will try to come up with the number one answer out of a possible top 5 list. Points will be given depending on where the answer falls in the top 5 list, with the number one answer being the most points. If the answer is not in the top 5, however, womp womp, no points will be awarded. So here's the scoring. Number 1 answer is 5 points. Number 2 answer is 4 points. Number 3 answer is 3 points. Number 4 answer is 2 points. Number 5 answer is 1 point. And are we instituting the wild card tonight, Chris?
That's up to you, Nick. You're the host. You pick.
Let's do it. All
Okay.
right. So we are going to roll a spinner, and if it lands on the number that we land on, then it will be double points. So
now, are we doing that before each question, or is that going to be?
Let's just do it right now, and that's the number for the entire 10 questions.
I like that. I like it.
Okay, yeah.
It's up to the guys, but I'm good with that.
All right. Do you want to switch my screen? I think actually I can do it here. I'm going to switch my screen. The suspense. Hang on. Here we go. The spinner is up. If Chris wants to share, I'm spinning it now. Oh, I like that.
Wow.
All right. So the number 1 answer tonight will be worth 10 points. So
boy.
Pretty incredible. That is awesome. Love that. All right. So number 1 answers worth 10 points. Here we go. Here is the first question. Who is the best pure hitter of all time? Starting with Rob.
Who wrote these questions? Because it's got to be a Red Sox named Ted Williams. 344 lifetime batting average, highest on base percentage, right, in Major League history. And he lost years because of World War II. So name a better hitter than Ted Williams. I don't know if you could.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got Ted Williams too. The 3 years he missed, he was aged 24, 25, and 26 seasons he missed because, by the way, he's an American hero as well for his military service. But the last year before he left, right? I mean, just amazing, right? He led the league in batting average, on base, slugging, OPS plus, home runs, RBIs, runs scored, WAR at 10.4. And then the year that he comes back in 1946, again, this time he wins the MVP, leads the league in on base, slugging, OPS plus, and blah, 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 everything else, runs scored and WAR 10.6, finishes career with a 344 batting average on top of the on base percentage of 42. Yes, best pure hitter. Home runs. He had home runs too. 521 career home runs, and he missed those 3 years. So he easily would have gotten 6, but unbelievable career, unbelievable hitter, and he's a great interview. If you ever could Google or YouTube any Ted Williams interview, definitely listen to that as well.
I think he should have gotten bonus points for his war numbers since he was at an actual war, but that's just me.
There you go.
Jason.
Multiple wars, right?
Yeah,
Do
right.
multiple wars.
Yeah, Korean as well, I believe.
There you go.
Jason.
Yeah, so in the spirit of, mixing things up, it's obviously Ted Williams, but I'm going to just give a shout out to Tony Gwynn because I don't care about the points. I just want to get some variety here. So, obviously it's Ted Williams, but Tony Gwynn in his time having to face more pitchers, more velocity, still had a 132 OPS plus, I believe it was, 3,100 hits plus. He could take the ball the other way. He was amazing at making contact on pitches, and the fact that he owned for the Braves' big three, Smoltz, Glavine, and Maddox. Tony Gwynn owned them. Maddox has a fantastic quote, one of the best baseball quotes of all time, that he could fool any batter with spin and changing speeds except that effing Tony Gwynn. I'm just going to throw Gwynn in there for the sake of variety.
Yeah, absolutely. Lorenzo.
Yeah, I'm going to end it with Mr. Bold on his page, Barry Bonds. Right, he was just such a combination of power and average. The guy hit 298 for his career. We all know about the 762 home runs. He piled up more than just the home runs, though. He was an extra base machine, just all over. Absolute slugger. You could not pitch him in a zone. The pitchers felt like they were hostages to him. Right, they wanted to throw around him. They couldn't. They had to come at him, and that ball's going a long way. Barry Bonds.
All right. So here is my top 5 list of pure hitters that I came up with. Number 5, Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, if we're talking about pure, we're talking about effortless, right? And his swing looked effortless. Number 4, just on the right side of the plate for me, it's Manny Ramirez. Talk about pure, power to all fields, smooth, effortless, Manny Ramirez. Number 3, I have Stan the Man Musial. Number 3, same amount of hits at home as on the road. Like, his splits are just absolutely ridiculous. Talk about steady, just pure hitter. Number 2, Jason, Tony Gwynn for sure. I mean, whenever this question comes up, it's his name, and it's the number 1 answer, Ted Williams, like you all said. It's those two best pure hitters of all time. It's not even close. So nice job on those fellas. All right. Number 2, throwing the Yankees fans a bone here because barf. Other than the Yankees, who has the most iconic logo in MLB history, starting with the Yankee fan and Chris?
Not the Yankees. Let's see. I wrote down like 3 answers. So I'm gonna go with the classic D of the Tigers. I know that's probably not your number 1 choice, but I just love the simplicity of it, right? It's looked that D has been the same for so many years. It looks great. Love it. Love their uniforms. I'm gonna go with the Tigers D.
All right, sorry, my 12-year-old brain kicked in there, and you just said the D looks really great. But Jason,
whenever I look in the mirror, it does. But that's about it.
Okay, we gotta shut the show down now.
Yeah, it's going off the rails already. We're only at the second question.
Yeah. The FCC just called and said shut it down. I'm going with the top traditional National League franchise, St. Louis, and the STL. The Cardinals are they have the second most World Series wins. They're an old franchise, like the Yankees. People know the Cardinals logo when they see it. Stan Musial, of course, Bob Gibson, Ozzie Smith, some classic players, Albert Pujols. I'm going with the St. Louis Cardinals.
All right, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I'm playing my game here. I'm going with the Florida Marlins, the original teal, the Marlin wrapped around the letter F. When you think iconic, you just see a logo and you just start naming players off, and that's the logo that I see, that it's like, oh my goodness, yes, he's played on that. That was the team for there. I love the teal uniforms, and they're still newish team, right? They're one of the most recent expansion baseball teams. I just love the aesthetics, Florida Marlins.
I love that pick. I wish it was in my top 5, Lorenzo, but it's not. Rob, it is a great pick, though. Honestly, I wish I would have thought
it was. I like
it.
Rob.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Indians, not the Guardians. Okay, Chief Wahoo. That was a classic. Definitely. I don't care about any of the politically correct stuff. There was never a problem with it till recently. But really, the Cleveland Indians, Chief Wahoo, that is a classic design for sure.
Yeah, that's a great one. So I have number 5. I have the White Sox. For all their history, I know they've switched their logo a few times throughout their history, but all of them are very classic to me. Number 4, I went with the Braves A. I mean, even if you put the hatchet through it, it's the lowercase a, all the A's. 3, I have the Cardinals, for like Jason said. 2, I do have the classic D in Detroit, just the small D. And then the number 1 answer, I have the Athletics, the A's, as my number 1.
Yeah.
So
another shout out to Lorenzo for that original answer. That was good.
Honestly, like that is a great one. And like my AA team growing up was the Portland Sea Dogs, and they were the teal P with the seal, like, and nostalgia for sure. So that's a great answer for sure.
For sure.
All right, third question. What is the greatest dynasty in baseball history? Starting with Jason.
I just realized that some of these questions, I didn't realize how pro Yankees these questions.
This should have been.
I promise that wasn't on purpose. I saw Rob shaking his head as this question was introduced. Like, look, there's a lot of great choices here. The 70s A's are one of my favorite just stories, franchises. But for me, it's the late 90s Yankees. Sorry, Rob. It's the late 90s Yankees, 96 to 01, because they had to go through several layers of postseason playoffs. I mean, the Yankees of the earlier dynasties were great. Murderers Row, all of those teams were fantastic. Certainly Yogi Berra and his teams. I just want to throw Yogi in there. Make sure we cover Yogi.
Who is that guy anyway?
I know. But they went straight to the World Series. The A's were on the verge of being my pick, but they only had the LCS. When you think about what the Yankees did, 96-01, they were on the verge. They were a whisper away from 4 consecutive titles and 5 out of 6. So I'm going with that late 90s Yankees dynasty.
All right, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I'm with Jason. As a Yankees fan, I was always going to pick the Yankees. The 4 championships of the 5 years in the wild card era when you're going through multiple rounds. As a young fan at the time, it just felt like October was the Yankees and everybody else was trying to stop them from winning. It was the Yankees to lose.
All right, Rob.
Unfortunately, I have to triple that and say the Yankees. I mean, it's a no-brainer. What can I tell you? So there you go, Yankees.
For just a second, I thought Rob was going to say the 86 Mets. But
that was the greatest dynasty.
Greatest dynasty.
The greatest team of all
86
time.
to 86, baby.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, I'm with the Yankees too. But I mean, let's talk about the older teams, right? I mean, they won, what was it, from 47 to 53? They won 6 out of 7 or whatever it was. You could go 47 to 64, where they won 8 out of 12 World Series, right? They were 8-4 in 12 World Series during that time. From 1921, this is incredible when you think about it. From 1921 to 1964, they were in 29 World Series, and they won 20 of them in that short of time. That is just, it's stupid. It doesn't make sense, but that's what baseball was back then. And that's how much the Yankees owned baseball. But I think take your pick with the Yankees dynasties, whichever one you want to take.
Well, I need you to pick one.
I'm going to go, for me, I can't go with the 90s. I mean, I'm not going to go with one you guys got. I'm going to go with 47 to 53. I mean, they won 6 out of 7, right? Or 7 out of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 years. They won the World Series.
All right. Yeah. All right. Here are my top 5. I have the Big Red Machine, number 5. Hard for me to put them that low. But number 4, I have the 42 through 46 Cardinals. Number 3, I have the 71 through 75 A's. Number 2, I have the 90s through 2000s Yankees. And then number 1, I have the 6 out of 7 championship years of 47 to 53 Yankees. So that's why I needed you to pick a decade, because this was pretty much a Yankees top 5 list. So yeah, you're welcome. All right.
I think that's the last Yankees leaning question, guys. I hope so.
I think
that's
so.
what the rest are Mets, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
All right. So after 3 questions, we have Lorenzo on the scoreboard with 4. We have Jason with 11, Rob with 14, and Chris off to a quick start at 24.
Whoa.
All right. Because remember, the number one answers were 20 points,
That's
fellas.
right.
Just keep that in the back of your mind. All right. Stay with me here. Out of Ronald Acuna Jr., Bobby Witt Jr., Fernando Tatis Jr., Yordan Alvarez Jr., Julio Rodriguez Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Gunnar Henderson Jr., and Corbin Carroll Jr., who is the most likely a first ballot Hall of Famer? Starting with Lorenzo.
Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. for me. He's already one of the best players in baseball. If you take out his rookie year, just his last 5 seasons, he averages 7.4 BWAR a year. He hits for average, hits for power, plays Gold Glove defense at shortstop. I think if he keeps this up another few more years, you're going to reserve the parking spot for him in Cooperstown. Bobby Witt Jr.
All right, Robert.
I'm going to repeat it. I got Bobby Witt Jr. too because of his age also. You know, he's still young. Career 290 hitter, or at 114 home runs, 402 RBIs. And I'm taking his age in factor because he's gonna do a lot more in baseball. So I'm with Lorenzo on that one. Get that parking spot ready.
All right, Christopher.
I think the better question, or no, I'm not trying to say that. First I looked at it and I said, let me eliminate one, right? Because it's really hard because I think they all probably are first ballot. But the one guy who I'm going to have to eliminate, and Jason might agree, being a Braves fan, is Acuna, right? The guy just cannot stay healthy. If he stays healthy, no doubt, he would be my number one choice. But I think he's the least likely now out of those guys right now. But things could change. But right now, I would say he's the least likely. I knocked out Alvarez just because he's a DH. Maybe that's going to, put him down a notch. But I think he's still a first ballot. But the guy I'm picking is Julio Rodriguez. In his first 4 full seasons, the guy's already got MVP votes in 3 of those years. Top 7 in 3. Silver Sluggers, 2 of them. 3 All-Stars. Guy averages 30 home runs. The 30 stolen bases as well. He's driven in 101 so far. I know he plays in Seattle, so that might minimize his offensive game a little bit. But man, if he ever gets out of Seattle, I think those numbers jump either way. But I think he's the first ballot. Plus, I think center field seems a little bit light in the Hall of Fame. I think there's a few guys, and we talked about Lofton should be in. This guy is definitely going to be a first ballot as long as he stays healthy, obviously.
All right. Well, when him and Bobby Witt get to the LA Dodgers, they'll definitely be in. All right, Jason.
Exactly.
Yeah, the problem with this question is there's no Yankees. There's no Yankees.
I know. What's going on?
Yeah. Wait till the trade deadline. Wait till the trade deadline. The question.
Hey, we do need a catcher, Jason. You got a pretty good catcher.
You're right. The answer here is obviously Bobby Witt Jr. It's Bobby Witt. And when I looked at this question the second time, Nick, I should have taken him off the list to make this more difficult. But yeah, I agree with Chris on Ronald Acuna. Unfortunately, he just can't stay healthy, and he didn't build the numbers that Trout did before he started getting injured all the time. That will probably still get Trout in. But yeah, it's Bobby Witt Jr. But I do want to throw in there that Corbin Carroll has a great shot. Still a young guy. He hits for power. He hits for average. He steals bases. He plays the game the right way. He plays it hard. So I like Corbin Carroll to possibly be a second guy out of this group, but it's definitely Bobby Witt Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, here are my top 5. I do have Ronald Acuna number 5. Now, I don't think Fernando Tatis has a shot in the world. All the PED talk, all of that stuff, his numbers have been awful since coming back. That's why he was my immediate elimination. Gunnar Henderson, the kid's really good. Don't get me wrong, really good. I still don't know which way to go with him. Same thing with J-Rod. He's so streaky that I don't know if he ever plateaus and finds that spot for him. He has flashes where he goes 17 for 19 in a weekend, and then he's 0 for May. So like I don't know where to go with J-Rod. So anyways, top 5, Ronald Acuna Jr., Yordan Alvarez number 4, just because I think he's going to put up the power numbers. Corbin Carroll for everything Jason said, plus the triples. He is going to have an obscene amount of triples.
Yes.
Number 2, I have Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's got the legacy. He's got the average. He's going to get the hits. I think Vlad's number 2. And then obviously the last place Royal, Bobby Witt Jr. for number 1. All right. Here we go.
And I like the colors.
Yeah, I bet you guys cannot guess who the number 1 answer is here.
Hint.
No hint here. None at all. All right. Which team is the biggest disappointment so far in 2026? Rob, we know your answer, so we can just go to Chris. No, Rob, go ahead.
The New York Metropolitans with the highest payroll of $352 million and the team without a first baseman. The New York Mets are the biggest disappointment, followed by the Red Sox, but the Mets.
Yep. Christopher?
Obviously, right, it's probably the Mets, but we talked about it so many times where they made a lot of risky moves for a team that has a $400 million payroll, right? With Polanco, with Roberts, you brought in guys that normally get hurt and have that injury history. You brought in Simeon, who's at the back end of his career, and he looked like he's done anyway. But I don't know, they took too many risks. I didn't think they're the biggest disappointment, or they are one of the biggest, obviously. But I'm going to go with Detroit. I know you guys are probably going to go with Boston, also 1 or 2, but I think Detroit, right? Detroit playing in the Central, like these guys should be running away with the Central. They're a much better team, and I know they've got a ton of injuries, but still, that's a division that they need to win, and they're just, I don't get it. So to me, they're the biggest disappointment.
Yeah, fair. Jason.
Yeah, I'm tracking with Chris. I've got the Tigers. I mean, no offense to Rob, but the Mets, we're used to the Mets disappointing us. And, the Tigers, while I was high on the Red Sox in the preseason, there were questions there that I worried about also being in the East Division with the Yankees and the Blue Jays and the Orioles and the Rays have come out of nowhere. But the Tigers, as Chris said, were supposed to just dominate the Central Division. And when you look at that division now, the fact that they're on the bottom of it and struggling like they are, yeah, injuries, but every team has had injuries. I mean, injuries, we can use that as an excuse for teams, but every team has injuries. To me, it's Detroit by far, just because of the expectations I had for them in the preseason.
Yeah. Lorenzo.
Yeah, for me, I'm going with the Red Sox, just because as a Yankee fan, if I could twist the knife, I always want to do that. But they were a trendy pick to win the AL East, right? They had 89 wins last year. They were 87.5. Vegas had their over underline. There were some analysts on ESPN, MLB Network, who picked them as a World Series pick, as a sneaky pick. Instead, they were spiraling down to be deadline sellers. Oh, so bad. And I just love it. Love it. Boston Red Sox, biggest disappointment of the year.
All right, minus 20 for you. All right, here we go. My top 5 is the Houston Astros, number 5. Starting pitching just decimated. I know they're getting Hunter Brown back. If it wasn't for Yordan Alvarez going deep 25 times already, the Astros would just be nowhere to be found. Number 4, I have the Giants. A lot of people had them kind of taking another step, kind of being with the Diamondbacks. Like, I'm not going to say fighting for the division because we already know whose division it is, but they were going to be fighting for that 2 spot with the Padres. It's going to be a 3-team race. It is definitely not a 3-team race there. Number 3, I have the Tigers. For everything you guys said, I mean, it started with their collapse down the back, the back stretch of last year. I mean, they let the Guardians right back into it, and I don't think the Tigers team has recovered, but we expected them to kind of rebound, and they haven't. Number 2 is my Boston Red Sox. I mean, they finally addressed what they needed, which was pitching. They went out, they got Ronher Suarez. They got Sonny Gray. You got a power hitting first baseman after Cassis went down. So Red Sox fans are like, oh, wow, they actually got up and did something in the offseason. Scoring runs last year was not their problem. And their offense is nowhere to be found this year, like non-existent other than Contreras. So Red Sox, number 2. And number 1 is, as you can tell by all the glaring hints, is the Atlanta Braves, because I had them picking fourth and they're now first in the division. So it's my big no. It's the Mets. And to everything you guys said, and Chris, I think you nailed it. It's like he was pretty much just bringing in the top available free agent and is like, oh, you've never played first base before? Here. Oh, you've never played third before? Here. Like it doesn't make sense, but you're still like, these guys are professional, like good, solid professional athletes. They should be able to figure it out, and they can't. So, and there's something else going in that clubhouse. So to me, it's a big disappointment for the Mets to not even be in contention. Like they're nowhere near it. So Mets number one. All right. So now we're going to flip it. And which team is the biggest positive surprise so far in 2026, starting with Chris?
I think this is easy, right? It's got to be the White Sox. White Sox, last 3 years, they've lost over 100 games. 2 years ago, 121 games. Last year, they won 60 games, and they're already up to 38. Obviously, the Yankees are kind of knocking them back down to reality a little bit these last 2 nights. But all things considered, this team is they're a pretty good team, and for the Yankees to be doing this, it's pretty impressive. But I still think it's got to be the White Sox. I just seen it. I think came up earlier. They said the White Sox didn't win their 38th game until the end of July, and they're already at 38 right last season. So, but it's got to be the White Sox. 3 straight years now of over 100 losses. Nobody had them winning. I think even a 500 season this season. Forget about being a winning season and leading their division.
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah, again, to hell with the points. I think the White Sox is probably your answer, but I'm going the Washington Nationals. The Nationals were not anybody's pick to do anything at all, period. I mean, I think some people actually thought the White Sox would be better. The Nationals have scored more runs than any team in baseball. Yes, that's right. I'll say that again. The Washington Nationals have scored more runs than any team in baseball, and by about 16 runs, if I remember correctly, over the second-place Dodgers. 407. They're the only team to score over 400 runs so far. Their pitching is a little shaky, but they're still 2 games over 500 in mid-June. If you told me that in the preseason that the Nationals would be only like a game and a half behind the Phillies for second place and then at least, I'd have called you crazy. So I'm going with the Washington Nationals.
All right. Rob?
What about Lorenzo?
Oh, that's what I meant. Lorenzo.
I'm going to Tampa Bay. Same. I'm going Tampa Bay Rays. Before the season, there were plenty of articles out there that said the Rays were cooked. The climb to the AL East, top of the leaderboard is going to be too steep for them. Their analytical edge was dead. They've already won 40 games. The Rays are the Rays. Don't count them out. Tampa Bay.
All right. Now, Rob, you can go.
I had to go with the Chicago White Sox because, I mean, who thought that the Chicago White Sox were going to be tied for first place in June? No one. That's who. I mean, they're just all right. So the Yankees last night and tonight are, like Chris said, they're taking care of business. But for me, I'm just amazed at what the Chicago White Sox have done this season so far. So that has to be my answer, the White Sox.
All right. I have number 5. I have the Rays. I mean, I have them as a surprise, but it's not really a surprise. Like the Rays always do this. The first couple months of the season, I mean, was it last year? They lost 2 games in the month of April. I mean, it's what the Rays do. And then they kind of, trend downward a little bit, but they're always there. And we don't know how they do it, but they are. They're always there. Number 4, Jason, I got the Nationals. I mean, we're talking about the Nationals as the Rockies almost. Like these guys don't have a shot. And all of a sudden they're, hitting the daylights out of the ball. Saw an interesting stat today, by the way. James Wood has seen the same amount of unique pitchers as Ted Williams has in his career. That is wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wild. Number 3, I have the Braves. Now, Jason kind of knows my feeling on the Braves because they've just been snake bitten by injuries since their World Series title in 2021. Kind of expecting them to do the same thing. They have all the talent in the world. Not saying that team is a lack of talent. I just had never believed in them because of their injuries over the last 4 or 5 years. Glad they're turning it around for Jason's sake. Number 2, I have the St. Louis Cardinals. Everyone was counting them out at the beginning of the season. JJ Weatherholt, Jordan Walker. They're getting some decent pitching, but I mean, the Cardinals coming up out of nowhere and being what they are, they're actually an exciting team to watch. So I love it. They're playing with house money. So Cardinals number 2. Number 1 is the White Sox. I mean, Murakami seems like he has made the biggest impact in that clubhouse, and that team is rolling it with a bunch of young kids. Again, kind of playing with house money. So White Sox there. All right. After 6 questions, we will do a score update. Lorenzo has got 15. We got Jason with 26. We got Chris with 37. And we have Rob with 44. So big point totals tonight with that bonus question at number 1. All right. Here is the next one. And I love this question, Jason. When you gave me this one, it was so much cool. I spent so much time like going through and I'm like, man, what is my favorite baseball scene in a movie? And there's so many great ones. So what is the best scene in a baseball movie? Starting with, whose turn is it? Lorenzo?
Jason, I think. Right?
Jason's. Yes, you're right. Jason.
Yeah, you're right. There's so many great answers. I thought this was a great question. I'll give the shout to the wife. I think she came up with this one. But for me, again, so many. There's no wrong answers here. For me, it's the quintessential James Earl Jones speech in Field of Dreams. He summarizes America's feelings for the great game of baseball, nostalgic and also forward-looking, and why we love the game, all summed up in one of the best speeches I've ever seen in a movie, period. So I'm going with James Earl Jones, Terrence Mann character in Field of Dreams.
All right, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing the pool scene in Sandlot, but instead I'm thinking Major League. You bringing him because he's due. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing scene. He's coming in to face the Yankees.
All right, Rob.
Mine's Hey Dad, Want to Have a Catch. Same movie as Jason's, but different scene. I mean, who had a dry eye after that scene?
Never.
No one.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Chris.
Yeah. Oh, quick note about Charlie Sheen in that movie in Major League. Did you guys know he took steroids before that movie?
Yeah.
So he could throw harder, right? Because he said he could throw about 80. And then he took steroids and he got it up to like 90. But anyway.
That's crazy,
yeah. This, like you said, there's no wrong answers here. I think mine was the home run in The Natural, right? At the end. And I think NBC did some kind of a video edit thing after Kirk Gibson's home run in the World Series with the Dodgers. I think they did some kind of video edit thing where they kind of mashed those two scenes together. If you could get that on YouTube or something, but that's mine, the home run in The Natural.
All right. So my number 5 answer is kind of just the Harry Doyle reel. My favorite quote, I think, he'd need a rocket up his ass to catch that one. I mean, there's just so many. It's just like tried for the corner and missed, and it goes to the backstop. You know, it's just ball 4, ball 8, ball 12. Like, I mean, just all of them are so good. So number 5 there. Number 4.
Hey, dynamite drop in, Monty. Dynamite drop in. The broadcasting school is really paying off.
Yeah, it's so great, man. I just watch those movies just for him, man. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
Number 4, Do You Want to Have a Catch? I mean, obviously, it's unreal. Number 3 is The Natural. Number 2, I have No Crying in Baseball. Jimmy Dugan, A League of Their Own.
Yes.
I mean, it's still quoted today.
Yes.
I think A League of Their Own is a very underrated baseball movie. I love it.
Favorites.
Yeah, I love it too. Doesn't get enough love. And number 1 is People Will Come, Ray. People Will Come.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so iconic. I did want to put in a little bit of, I love the Billy Haywood scene in Little Big League when he's proving that he can be a manager and he just completely schools the bench coach and he's like, well, any other questions? And he's like, nope.
Nope.
I love Little Big League and all the cameos in that movie too. Is so good.
Yeah.
Hey, quick shout out too. One more from Field of Dreams. There's so many in Field of Dreams, my favorite baseball movie. But Burt Lancaster's final final role as Moonlight Graham, and then the hot dog scene where he saves a little girl and he has to walk back across and win one for me one day, boys. That's also a classic. So that movie's just full of great scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. The 4th of July scene in the Sandlot, another great one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could sit here all night, but
all night.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to do that sometime because that would be incredible. All right. This is going to be an interesting one because there is so many that we can choose from. But here it is. What single game would you go back in time to attend? And we're back at the top. Whose turn is it? Lorenzo? I don't even know whose turn it is.
Yeah, it's mine.
Lorenzo. All right.
I'm going the 2016 World Series Game 7, Cubs versus Indians at the time. You had two fan bases carrying these generations of heartbreak, right? You had the rain delay. The game went extra innings. It's possibly one of the greatest Game 7s of all time in baseball history. The Cubs end their drought. So if I'm going to time travel, go back in time, why not make it a historic game? Cubs end 108. Let's do that one.
Were you born after that, or I'm just curious.
13 at the time, but I want to be there. I want to be there.
Oh, gotcha. So you didn't see it, is what
Either
you're
way,
saying.
he wants to be there.
I watched the game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Physically there.
Okay.
Anyways,
Anyways,
that's the question. What single you want to go
Kinda
back in
remembers
time and
it.
go to?
yeah. Yeah. No, it's all good. Rob.
Well, I'm naming one that I want to relive again. Of course, I was there for it, but what other game can I pick than Game 6 of the 1986 World Series? I mean, just the look on Clemens' face in the dugout, right? Just the look on his face, and I wish that. I don't care what anybody says, and Nick, I know you're a Red Sox fan, but that game had everything.
Except for first base defense. Chris.
For the Red Sox, the Mets had pretty good
for one
defense
team.
up there.
Listen, for me personally, as a Yankee fan, I know where I'd go. At least there's a bunch of them I'd want to go to. Maybe the 79 ALCS, or was it 76 when Chris Chandler hit that game-winning home run to win the pennant, and all the fans, ran onto the field. That would have been it's just crazy to see that. But I'm trying to get in Nick's head. So I'm trying to get into his head. I want to try to get maybe a number 2 here, maybe a number 1. I'm thinking the Red Sox, right? Game 6, 75 World Series. It has to be Carlton Fisk waving the ball, for the winning home run. I think it has to be that because it was a great game to begin with. Back and forth type of game, and they came back and won, even though they lost that World Series. But I think that game is still etched in like Red Sox lore as one of the greatest games in their history. So just getting in Nick's head, I'm going to guess that one. All
right. And Jason.
So many great answers here, and I'm not even going to try to get in your head. I'm pretty sure my pick is not in your top 5. But, as a Braves fan, my first instinct was to go with Sid Slide in 1992 and the NLCS. But it's hard for me as a baseball history guy, baseball history buff. I love the older baseball days that I was not able to experience. May 24th, 1928, New York Yankees facing the Philadelphia Athletics. You had 15 future Hall of Famers on the field. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Tony Lazzeri, Waite Hoyt, Herb Pennock, Earl Combs, Leo DeRocher, and the manager Miller Huggins, along with the Athletics having Ty Cobb, Al Simmons, Mickey Cochran, Jimmy Fox, Lefty Grove, Eddie Collins, and Tris Speaker, the greatest collection of Major League Baseball talent on a field ever. I would have to go back and check out that baseball game for sure.
All right, I'm gonna give you points, Jason, and you'll see why. But here we go. My number 5 is Joe Carter's walk-off homer.
Yeah.
I mean, to be at that game, I can't even imagine what the Sky Dome was going to be. Number 4 is Jackie Robinson's debut. I think it would be really interesting to experience that, and all the good and maybe all the bad that came with it, to just actually know what kind of things he went through, right? I mean, I know we've all heard the stories, but like for me to like experience that and hear it, I think would just put a different level in my life of appreciation for what these guys went through. Number 3 is Hank Aaron's 715 to go back and be at that game during that record breaker. Number 2, I have the 1934 All-Star game where every single player was a Hall of Famer except who? Do you guys know? Wally Berger was the only non-Hall of Famer at that All-Star game.
Wow.
And then number 1, I have Babe Ruth calling his shot. Did he actually call it? Did he not? I want to be there to see if he actually did. So I went Babe Ruth called shot number 1. So I went kind of a little bit more historical moments versus like the actual games on that one. So that's why I was kind of interesting. But I'm going to give you points, Jason, on that one, because I mean, we're pretty similar on the premise of what we were going for there. So,
Yeah.
all right. 2 questions left. What is the most iconic ballpark concession? Starting back at the top with Rob.
It's got to be that giant hot dog that Keith Hernandez and Steve Gilbert sharing, like a scene from Lady and the Tramp, sharing the spaghetti, right? So, and look at Cohen's face. Me and Chris were making fun of that a while ago.
Yes.
On
So
our show.
good.
So, a hot dog.
All right. Chris.
I think it's got to be the hot dog. I think it's the first thing I think about. That's what I did. First food I think of when it comes to baseball is hot dogs, right? Whether you see the guy coming up the aisle selling the hot dog, or as soon as you walk in, sometimes that's the first smell. Well, not as much anymore. I remember the original Yankee Stadium. That was one of the first smells in the stadium was the hot dog. Outside the stadium, different smells, but in the stadium it was hot dog. Now it's a little bit of everything, but hot dog for me is my choice.
All right, Jason.
Yeah, it's probably hot dogs, but I'm going peanuts. I'm going peanuts. It's in the song, guys. It's in the song. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. So I'm going peanuts. As I think peanuts were a little before the hot dog got popular with baseball. So I'm sticking with the old peanut. Plus, I happen to live in the peanut capital of the world, Dothan, Alabama. Yeah.
Wow, a little tidbit there. All right, Lorenzo.
That's all we got.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep having fun with my answers. I'm going Dippin' Dots. Still to this day, is it ice cream? Is it science? What is the combination of that? It's iconic. Like, where do you think of Dippin' Dots? You think of it at baseball games, at the zoo, and at Six Flags, but baseball games primarily. Like Dippin' Dots at baseball fields, eating those frozen space pebbles kind of convinced us all it was a premium dessert at a Major League ball game. So Dippin' Dots for me.
All right. Before we go on and I release my top 5, can everybody do their hot dog call? If you were a vendor, could you do your hot dog call, Rob?
Yo, yo,
Chris, what's your hot dog call?
yo, right here.
Yeah.
Jason.
Get your hot dogs here, right here. Get your hot dogs.
Love it. Lorenzo.
Get your hot dogs. Get them here. Get them here.
Nice hot wieners. Come get your wieners over here. Hot dogs.
The Boston. That's a Boston.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, here are my top 5. Helmet nachos, number 5. Number 4, beer. Anyone? Number 3, Cracker Jacks. Number 2, hot dogs. Number 1, peanuts. So that's my top 5. So, gonna add up the points real quick. Going into, and sorry, Dippin' Dots was 36th on the list, Lorenzo.
Yeah, on the question before, where was 10-cent beer night? That should have been one of the ones we want to go back to too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, pretty ridiculous. All right, going. Oh crap, Lorenzo, I completely messed up your score here. I
can't have more than like 14 points.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Minus
all right.
14 for the Dippin' Dots.
Here's well, I crossed out your score and wrote 0 instead of doing the math. But all right, so here we go. Lorenzo's got 14. Jason has got 40. Chris has got 41.
Yes.
Rob has got 48. So we have a tight one going into the last question, which is what MLB record will never be broken? Starting with Chris.
You could take your pick, right? We were just talking about it right before we came on. I don't think any of the career records are going to be broken, any of the major ones, right? I think the number one for me that's totally untouchable is the wins record. Whether it's the season, the career record, neither one's ever going to be touched, and it was never going to be touched 40 years ago, let alone now, right? So no one's going to win 500 games. Nobody's going to win 300 games. So the career pitching records, put number one.
All right, Jason.
Yeah, like I said, like Chris said, there's so many that probably won't. I'm going to go with 56 game hitting streak by DiMaggio. You think about the game these days and the way it's played. I mean, unless somebody like Luis Ariz, that makes contact, and even he's not going to do it. So I think it's the 56 game hitting streak. It's conceivable somebody could one day, play several consecutive games in a row. Probably not likely, but conceivable. I can't see anybody getting, a hit in 56 consecutive games.
All right, Lorenzo.
Yeah, I like the Joey D one a lot. 56 is, I think it's impossible to go. But just to be different from Jason, why not today? I'm going Ripken and his 2,632 games, Mr. Ironman. That's 16 seasons in a row that he played every single game. If somebody else wants to do it, it's not going to happen in today's game. I think Matt Olson is highest on the list, and he's played 7 seasons in a row. He's not making it another 9 straight. So, Cal Ripken Jr. and his Ironman streak.
All right, Rob.
You took all 3 of mine, so I'm going to have to close my eyes and pick which of the 3. Okay. I'm going up – 500 wins, Cy Young. No one's ever going to do that. They can't even – DeGrom just won his 100th game, So I'm going to have to go with that one.
All right. To your guys' point, now – this might be an unpopular opinion. It might not be. I think all hitting records can be broken because they have the same amount of opportunities as those guys did back then, right? They have roughly the same amount of plate appearances, same amount of at-bats, 4 at-bats a game. They have the same opportunities. Whether or not those guys do it is a different story, but they have the same opportunities as the guys did back then. Pitching, they don't. So my whole top 5 is all pitching because none of those pitching records are ever going to be touched. So I broke them apart. So here we go. Nolan Ryan's 5,714 strikeouts. I mean, cut it out. Randy Johnson's is second, and he's 1,000 and change below that. So never going to be touched. Johnny Vandermeer's 2 no-hitters. I think it could be tied. It will never be broken. No one will ever throw 3 no-hitters in a row. That's not going to happen.
Good one.
Walter Johnson's 110 shutouts. Guys don't even make 110 starts anymore, let alone 110 shutties. So Walter Johnson, 110 shutouts. These last 2 are both Cy Young. 749 complete games.
That's
749.
The league doesn't even do that combined.
749 complete games. It's so absurd. It's out of control. And then Cy Young, 511 wins. I mean, what are we even talking about here? It's not even close. But yeah, it's fun to go back through those records and just Sam Crawford's 309 triples. I mean, Corbin Carroll's got the best shot, and he's on pace for 157 career. I mean, come on now. It's crazy. He's got double that. So those were my top 5. So first, I want to thank Jason. Those were incredible questions. Love the discussions they sparked. That was a fun episode. But we do have a champion that squeaked out a win here. It was close at the top between 3 of you. And the winner is Rob. Another repeat win out of Rob with 58 points. Man. Incredible game out of you. Is that 2 straight weeks?
Yeah, unlike the Mets, I have a winning streak going.
Man, only 54 more episodes in a row, and you could tie Joey D.
That's it.
All right, Rob, any last words?
Yeah, like I said, I'm doing better than Mets right now.
Love it. And Chris.
Yes.
Final words.
We had another great show with great questions. Thanks to Jason and his wife as well, right?
Absolutely.
You mentioned that your wife made some.
Absolutely.
Thank you to her. Thank you to Jason. And great questions. And I can't wait for next week, man, because these questions are getting better and better every week.
Absolutely. Jason, final words?
The throwback game that we want to be at, I can't believe nobody said the Disco Demolition Night for starters. Secondly, on the Jackie Robinson game, for debut was a great answer, Nick. That's a great one that nobody said. I will say this, knowing this group of guys, fantastic group of guys, if any of us had been at that game, we probably would have gotten thrown out of the game and arrested because I'm sure we would have punched some big asshole in the mouth. So probably a good thing we were not able to do that, but that was a great answer on your part, Nick.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Lorenzo.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, guys. I'm going to continue to play my game. So one of these days, when we get up there in points.
Yeah, you got this, but sometimes I just really like to see a Yankees fan struggle, and it's all right. it makes my week, so I appreciate it. But all right. Again, thank you guys so much. This is an absolute blast. Thank you for joining us in the comments. We will be back next week, but until then, enjoy your baseball and try to get into my mind if you can and see if you can come up with the number one answers. But until then, have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Good night, guys.